Hey everyone, it's your girl, Sensei Victoria Whitfield, welcoming you back to episode 130 of the Journeypreneur Podcast. This is your source for channeled holistic stress management techniques, guidance, inspiration, and motivation to stay on your path to rapid financial ascension and massive impact as a conscious entrepreneur. And so I am so excited that I get to introduce you to my sister goddess, Elena Rusakova from the Green and White Wellness Center and elenasvitality.com. She is a fabulous healer queen. I am so excited to get to share her story and connect you with her. Welcome to the podcast, Elena.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very excited to be here, and thank you for the possibility to do that.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
pleasure.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So Lena and I, we met through the Two Comma Club, Russell Brunson, and we are both sharing our healing work in person as well as online. So this is how we met and connected. And Elena, this may be the very first time that someone is getting to know you or introduced to you. So I would love for you to get to share a little bit more about yourself, what you do, but especially what are the three things that you're known for? Could you tell us?
Sure, absolutely. Well, interestingly, that you right now you mentioned a healer. I didn't really think that I am healer, but at one point in my life, somebody told me, one of my clients told me after have a session with me, she said, "Elena, you are a miracle worker." So I do know that I help people to feel better, and I give, and a lot of my clients say to me, "Oh, Elena, I always know everything what I need to do regarding health and vitality." And the other thing, when people come to see me or online, I have clients coaching, then always says that if we kind of find the I always have an idea of what to do next and how to overcome things, and that's another thing. I always have a like a idea of what we can do. And the third thing, I think I am always known for enthusiasm and inspiration. I try to always lighten up people and help them to feel hopeful and like yeah. So that's the basically main thing.
Yay. I love it. This is so powerful because the work that you do really goes deep with the people that you serve, not just deep emotionally as a health and life coach, but also as one of the best colon hydrotherapists in New York City. Like, and you're talk about going deep, like people are really
Right.
learning about the insides of themselves with you. And so I
Yeah.
applaud you for that.
Mhm.
Yay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so colon hydrotherapy comes to me not really intentionally. It's sort of like fall off on my plate through my journey, through my health struggling, and that's how I end up being and of colon hydrotherapy because my own personal struggling. And then when I start practicing colon hydrotherapy, I realized that I give not only the service itself, but my clients always ask me the health advice, what to do, what to not to do, how to get better. And I learned that. And that's when I become a health coach because everybody says like, well, Elena, you only the next one health coach. And I didn't know really what does that means exactly until I start actually doing that, that it's coaching. Like it's a word coaching, but generally it's actually people navigate, helping to navigate people's lives in better ways and change their negative habits into the good habits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
True. It's a fine art, and it's one that I'm so happy that more and more healers are putting coaching into what they do. Like there's wisdom that we can share and also help people uncover their inner wisdom. And with that being said, like I'm curious, what
Mhm.
was, how did this all start? What inspired you to begin your business? I know when we were corresponding before, you mentioned something happened on your 20th. Like, could you tell that story?
Well, I was married, and of course, I was in university for engineering, but it's not my passion. So I didn't really work never in my day as an engineer, but I put my knowledge into building my own home. But when I was married, and my husband passed away instantly, right. So that was tragedy. And that's when I realized that, like when you're young and you see when people die next to you and it's your first witnessing of the death, you kind of shocked and you realize that we are mortal, because you know you kind of know that it's you have to really take things seriously, so, and take care of yourself. And that's when I start thinking about my own health, how, because I have a daughter, so I can't be neglected, because I have to take care of her. And that put me in the center of how I can be healthy so I can take care of her and let her be healthy. So we're not going to suffer of anything. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to learn everything what to do. And then I immigrated to the United States and I started working for someone. But when I started working for someone, and it was a spa, she was very micromanaging. And it's sort of like I didn't I felt like I can do more, I can help people more, and she didn't like that, because and I decided at that point I want to work for myself. And I didn't know that I'm going to be successful. I didn't know that I'm going to actually succeed and pay my rent. It wasn't in my mind. All I wanted to, that I want to work for myself. I want to create my own schedule. I want to be responsible for my own deeds and share my knowledge and practice with others. And I wasn't afraid. But looking back now, I was actually working in Manhattan, where the rent was about 2,000 something dollars. Then I didn't wasn't afraid of that. It's never, crossed my mind how I gonna pay rent if I won't have a client. I just went for it with all my passion, and I never had a problem. My clients always come to me. They always honor me, and I was very successful. And no, now it's like I meet the beginner entrepreneurs, and they're afraid that they don't like move forward because they're afraid of if I won't succeed. Well, you don't know, right? So I think the less you think about and do what you really love to do, it's the success is just gonna follow you. And being entrepreneurs now, as I'm being older and gone through all kinds of roller coasters of different businesses, now actually it's harder for me to start something new, because now I know, and you become wiser, right? You kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that, but I still got myself and always tell myself, Elena, you remember when you start, you didn't know nothing, and you did, and you succeed. So do not worry, just go for it. So, and that's the shift of not only care about myself but about other, and give others, will help me to be a successful entrepreneur in the midst of Manhattan, where is a very big competition, people choosing, they paying you money not only for who you are but what you are, and all the attributes of people. So it's different caliber of clients and customers. So, and I remember um, my friend, she was later coaching me, and she says, I said to her, like, what are you going to tell them if they ask me how long you've been in this profession? She said, Elena, they want to know your number, but really, it all depends on you, how you make them feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. And so I said to myself, oh, I am 10 years of, I have 10 years of experience, even though I had only 1 year of experience. But saying that it gives me that experience. And from that moment, I was doing like everything like was smooth. Mm-hmm. And it's sometimes that you put in the heart, right, of experience, and everything comes to you, and the people feel comfortable with me, and it was easier for me to work with them. So I would say, like, recommend to a new entrepreneur that think about what you project yourself like in the future, what you want to be known for. So I said to them, I'm a best common hydrotherapist. I have 10 years of experience, and I wear that hat, and that's how everything started.
I love it. Oh, this is amazing. And like having the courage to dive in and also to claim your wisdom, because
Mm-hmm.
the words of oh, like an amazing speaker, TD Jakes, he says nothing that you've been through will be wasted. Nothing that you've been through will be wasted. So when you're claiming that 10 years of experience and wisdom, yeah, you've been healing yourself and your family
Right.
and studying and all of that. Absolutely. And that gives like yourself first, but then also for the people that you're serving and helping, the permission to rise up and to open up and heal. It's such a beautiful thing. And it's so simple too. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's all I could do at that time. But that's now, that's the way. If I think, I believe so. That's the way to do that. It's really is work. There's a Todd Herman wrote the book, The Ego. It's similar situation. People change the prospect in the mind who they are and become that, and they achieve much more.
Mhm.
Um, that's helped me a lot in my life, and
Yeah.
I implement that on a regular basis.
I love you right there with you. Oh my God, it's absolutely like how we see ourselves is so important because, here on the Journeypreneur podcast, we're encouraging entrepreneurs to stay on this journey, right? Don't give up. It is so hard to continue to get out there and serve and help and market and take care of yourself and your family. Many of us, and this is what breaks my heart, it's the reason why we're meeting together and talking, Elena, is because so many amazing entrepreneurs along the path, they experience like difficult times, or like you were saying, people who get in their head of like, oh, I don't know if I should keep going or if I should start, right?
Hmm.
All of that self-doubt or frustration, or even maybe a tragedy, like you said,
Hmm.
could happen, the dark night of the soul, as they call it. And
Right.
w- things can come up on the roller coaster that kind of knock us aside.
Hmm.
But especially for someone like you, Elena, and you've been on this journey for quite some time. I've been in business for, this will be my 10th year myself, actually. But like, what would you say to someone who's on that roller coaster and they're going like they're having a low moment or they're feeling upside down, right? Things have been turned upside down and they have the opportunity to throw in the towel on their dream, right? To hit the stop button and just be like, you know what, forget it. What would you say to someone who is experiencing that kind of a season in their business? What would you tell to them? I'm curious.
Well, you really need to. It's very simple. Give a suggestion. Oh, you just have to go and do that. But it's not that simple. I'll tell you one of my life story. So at one point, right when I was on the peak of my success in Manhattan, I sold the business because of my personal, shift, and I decided I'm not going to um, continue that. We decided to move to another country, so we packed and moved to Guatemala. And in Guatemala, so we decided, okay, I always wanted to be a chef. And I studied cooking. I went to cooking classes and everything. And being Russian, you always cooking. So, all right. So, and we decided to open the restaurant in Guatemala. So we did. We planned it, we created, we designed it, especially with my all the knowledge, and we opened the restaurant in the center of Guatemala. Beautiful Russian Red Star restaurant, the name of it. It was pretty successful, but at that time, it was brewery. I have a friend in Guatemala who brew beer, and he brew a beer, and we've been known for artisanal beers. But in Guatemala, we didn't realize we were a little bit too early in the market. It was not there. So, and also we're not the Guatemalan people. They don't want artisanal beer. They want to drink cheap beer because they didn't have money. But the people who have money, it was not enough to cash flow. So we realized that if we're going to keep that going, we're going to really lose everything. So at that moment, I have to make a decision what to do. And it was a hard decision actually. And because I did spend a lot of money and energy. And so I said to myself, okay, I'm going to sell the business. So we decided to sell a business, but of course we didn't get the money what we spent on it. And then we decided to come back to the United States because we realized that we're not made for that country. You really have to know where you belong to. So we come back to the United States, and I have to start from scratch. Right? So at that point, you think, oh, I should maybe work for someone. Why do I need to do that? Right? Why would I go through that again? Worry, the build the customers, to build the known, the marketing and all that stuff. And I was thinking and like said to myself, but if I'm gonna go from again, work for somebody else, like I 15, 20 years ago, I'm gonna experience the same frustration. I gotta do it again. I can do it. And I start the business, and I did, of course, whatever I have to do. And in 2 years, boom, I'm back again to normal. But what helped me, that the knowledge that it's like in Zen, life is like a wheel. It always goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And every time when something goes down, I always say like, okay, it's going up. It's always going to go up. It's not going to be there too long. And it's always helped me to be like hopeful. And actually not only helped me, but it also helps to sort of like project my energy to the universe, and it took me in the waves and bring me back again. So, and right now, as being the center of that, again, economic. So yeah, sometimes you're thinking like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But I still, again, I center myself and I said to myself, that's another way. We got to live from it. We got to learn from it and implement, and we're going to go again on the even higher than before. And you learn even more about yourself, about your clients, about business, about everything. And it gets back to me again, like all of my clients, they emailing me and texting me, Elena, you always was right. You always was talking about take care of yourself. The health is more important, and this and that, and I feel like, okay, I'm in the right place at the right time. And I think that's always helped me. The people say like, oh, you missed your boat. No, you never miss your boat. This is your boat, right?
Yes.
This is your boat. I'm a captain on my boat, and I'm going to, overcome those things. And so that helped me all the time. So I'm the captain.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. Oh my gosh. You never miss your boat. This is your boat. Amen. Like, that is so good.
Right. Yeah. So that's what helps me. And I always look back, and sometimes people say, oh, don't look back, and it's a past is a past. But now is the moment, and future or not. Yes, exactly. But I learned from my experience, and I implement that. So I don't look like in the past like a negative experience. For example, like my husband don't wanted to hear that we drop off the business in Guatemala. I said, do you realize what an experience it was? It's amazing. People will pay millions of dollars to have that experience in their life. When I tell everybody like, what? You opened a restaurant in Guatemala? I said, yeah, I experienced. My life is experience. Like, it's amazing how much it was fun. it's amazing. Even though we didn't become a great restaurator, a restaurant owner, but I think that the bars in the restaurant still open and they still working. But that's all right. I'm so proud of myself.
Mm.
Even it wasn't that so um, financially successful, but for me it was successful
Mhm.
experience.
Mhm.
So don't throw away the towel, no, you gotta hang out to that.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Oh, I can tell that this is I know I needed to hear that, and this is exactly what my people needed to hear today. Elena, this is so beautiful, so positive, and you have such good energy. I know that for someone who's listening in right now, they're like, this woman's fabulous. She's my girl. Like,
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
absolutely. Where do we get to go then to celebrate you? Where can we go get more involved, support you, like give you the 5 stars, like let you know that you are loved? Where are we
Well,
going?
I do also start my own podcast, The Aging Gracefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's on iTunes. And I do might have a website, elenasvitality.com. And then I have also a group, I'm on a Facebook, Elena Rusakova. So Elena's Vitality on the Facebook group, on Elena's Vitality on Instagram. I'm gonna use the same word because, yeah, vitality is my thing. I love to talk about, I love to learn about how I can be helpful for other people. Every day I study something, I want to helpful and spread my knowledge and happiness also, and be happy, because every day you have to smile and you have to listen to somebody who can lift you up and brings all together, because you know what, worse things can happen, but you're okay as long as your health is good.
Mhm.
Everything can be passed. So, and that's my belief, and I live by it, and I talk about all the time, and I'm known for that. And like you said, oh, another thing that the people say that, Elena, you have such a great energy. Yeah, that's the energy. I want to share my energy with others, because that help you to be with someone and help you to survive that,
Mhm.
but we live in. And like another thing I would say, like, um it's not surviving, it's living. You
Mm.
live in, so you experiencing, like, and sometimes when you get overwhelmed, you tell yourself like, okay, I'm experiencing this, and I going to be okay. um I'm here for a purpose. So what is my purpose?
Mm.
And maybe somebody need my help. Who can I offer my help? And all this, the universe will bring you people. I always tell people, one door closed, another will open. And yes, the universe will always bring you people you must meet. You must participate in their life, in their journey, and give something and receive something, right?
Mhm. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about that is just as we come to a close, that remembering to trusting in that flow is so powerful, and so like it's everything, and energy is everything. I'm telling you, Elena, I am so happy that I got to have you as a guest on this podcast. You are glowing, by the way, and I know my listeners can feel your love and your vitality radiating through the audio, through the video, like coming through. I know that they can feel you. So thank you so much, Elena, for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm very, very happy to be and knowing you, Victoria. I was looking forward for that. Oh my God, it's so amazing. Amazing. Spread the world, spread the goodness. And I'm so happy for you. I wish you all the success, and we'll see each other again.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Mwah.
Thank you.
Yay.
Victoria.
Absolutely. let's turn this over now to my listeners. Hey there, if this is your first time on the Journeypreneur Podcast, thank you for visiting. Thank you for your support. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button on iTunes. And while you're there, give us a 5-star review. In the 5-star review, this is episode 130. You can leave a note. What was the one juicy nugget of takeaway that you got from Elena today? There were so many amazing things that she said. Make sure you drop that in the comments and share your story. Let other journeypreneurs out there know that this is a place for them to receive inspiration and tools to stay on the path. And to those of you who have given your support, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I love getting to read all of your comments, read all of your stories coming in on iTunes. I love seeing those reviews. Thank you for your love and your support. I can't do this without you. It's better together. So with that being said, at the end of every podcast episode, we close the same way, and you know it. Please remember to enjoy the journey. Do not lose your glow as you grow in life and business. And we'll see you in the next podcast episode. Mwah!